I used to game like a rabid dog for most of my life until recently. I have played it all. I've played Star Fox on the Nintendo 64. I've played Zelda on the GameCube. I've played every Call of Duty, every Assassin's Creed. I played God of War on the PSP when it was awesome. Does anybody remember what a PSP is? Gaming used to be the way that I used to escape reality until I picked up a fiction book, and then it kind of wrecked my whole world. Here's how. I've spent a lot of time thinking about this topic, and a lot of questions came to mind, but the number one thing that really popped out to me was what compelled me to start reaching for a book instead of reaching for the controller. And in my opinion, I think that modern day games are just expanding ever outward. It feels like the length of these games is constantly growing longer and longer, from 8 to 10 hour campaigns to 100 plus hour campaigns. And although the length of these games is getting longer, it doesn't feel like they're getting much deeper. Does that make sense? It's like, but not, you get it. Let's take the Assassin's Creed games for a moment. Those games were story rich. And maybe we can chalk it up to the phase of life that I'm in. I'm a dad, I'm a husband, I run my business full time. And so I just don't think that I have the time to really sit down and pour all my attention into these 100-hour campaigns. And because of this phase of life that I'm in, I noticed that I've been gravitating towards not picking up the controller nearly as much, but still feeling like my fingers are itching for something to do. And on one fateful day, I ended up picking up a fiction book. Candidly, I didn't think that reading was going to be something that was going to be really sticky for me, but I have this weird obsession with hobbies, and I always need something to do, and I'm especially obsessed with trying new things. So fiction and me are like besties now. And throughout this hobby, not only did I fall in love with the idea of reading books, but I fell in love with the feeling of finishing them. And for me, that very much mirrors the feeling that I had when I'd beat a video game, or beat a campaign, or beat a level, or get an achievement, or get a new upgrade. And so I bought my next book, and I finished it, and then I bought my next book, and I finished it, and then I bought like 13 books, and I finished one of those 13. You guys get that too, right? And now we're 7 months into this hobby, and I'm still loving every single second of it. I'm loving it so much that not only am I making videos about it, but my little autodidact brain can't help but just dive deeper into this hobby. And so I'm reading books, I'm making videos about books, and I've also done a lot of unnecessary research around it because why not? I feel like my brain goes down this trail of I get interested in something and then I just want to learn more about it. I did this with ticks. I didn't know a lot about ticks, and so I just started Googling a bunch of random stuff about ticks, and I found out they do this thing called like questing. That might be a conversation for another video. Probably not on this channel. When I get invested into something, I get invested into it. And so that started down the trail of consuming a ton of booktube content. And let me tell you, when you get into that rabbit hole, things start to spiral very, very quickly. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill. You get deeper and deeper into it. I went from that to Googling the benefits of reading. Did you know that reading can actually help preventing dementia? Did I say that right? Book good for brain. I'm all for things that benefit my old noggin, my old dome. And beyond research, I just started finding it to be really, really enjoyable to talk to my friends and my family about the books that I was reading, the books that they were reading. And then I started a book club with my family that ended about as quick as it started, but that's, again, another story. And ultimately, I just fell in love with the process that comes with getting into a new hobby. And so 7 months along, my routine has changed dramatically. Again, as a 28-year-old dad and husband, like my time is super valuable. If it's not spent working, it's spent with my family. And so I've really loved the impact that reading has had on my life personally, because if you look at video games, a lot of modern day video games really require you and require your attention extensively. Calling back to what I was talking about earlier, games aren't as short as they used to be. Levels aren't as short as they used to be. And I'm telling you, some of these levels are long, dude. And so the thing that I've loved about reading is the fact that when I'm watching my son, I can pick up a book and he can see dad reading a book and he associates that with dad has hobbies. And I would honestly much rather have, and this is just a personal opinion, I would much rather have my son associate dad enjoys reading and learning and having that be a part of his routine and the things that he sees on a daily basis, then dad just veges out on the couch and plays video games for 6 hours straight. And that's just my personal opinion. Nothing wrong with playing video games and nothing wrong with playing modern day video games, but ultimately with the stage of life that I'm in, this hobby just makes significantly more sense than the hobby that I had when I was 16. And with a video game, it's really hard to start and stop. With reading, I can switch my attention back and forth very easily. And if I need to go do something, I just take my bookmark, smack it in there, and go do what I need to go do with my son. If he wants to go play trains, we're playing trains. If he wants me to make him lunch, we're making lunch. If he wants to make a run to Home Depot, we're going to Home Depot. That book is so easy to start and stop. And that's what I personally love about it. Now, don't get me wrong, I didn't give up on video games. I still very much play them, just not nearly as much as I used to. But that's just between us. So that's how video games slid out of my life and books slid into it. And I'm curious, do you guys have any hobbies or have any old hobbies that have been replaced with reading? Or what is your guys' relationship with reading right now? Let me know down below in the comments. I'd love to talk with you guys. And if you enjoyed this video, liking it is the best way to show you guys' support. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.